Once, when a mother was asked by a physician if there is a history of mental illness in our family, she spent the whole time discussing how offended she was to be asked that question, rather than the question itself. Once, when a mother was asked by a physician if there is a history of mental illness in our family, she grabbed onto my hand and told me how the doctor's office was dirty and how they don't understand cleanliness, how to really clean. Sunday morning, birds chirping, pancakes on the kitchen counter, the Sunday paper, a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, an entire day of laziness, but not in my house. Clean your room, wash those dishes, sweep the floor. My mother had us doing chores at 9 a.m. And I didn't wake up to the smell of coffee and the sound of sizzling bacon. More like the smell of bleach and loud church music. I just knew what I had in store that day. In Cleaning Silence by Muna Abu Dali, we meet a young woman who comes to terms with the fact that her mother's habit of always cleaning was actually her mother's way of cleansing her disorder. When I was 3, my mother brought me a small mop and broom, taught me the importance of knowing how to clean, the importance of moving with intention. When I was 5, I learned the power of a rug and how much dirt it can hide. So whenever my mother would ask me to clean, I would sweep the dirt under the rug in secret and found ease and shortcuts. Which is to say, at the age of 5, I learned how to hide before I even knew how to speak. How are you today? I clean language, I say good. How was your week? I clean language, I say good. How was I clean language, I say good. They say there are many ways to pull grief out of the body, but only one that will keep the girl alive. And at a young age, I learned how the word good is the cleanest word in the dictionary, how it ends the conversation before the dirt begins to seep out of the body, and how that is the cleanest action there is. So, my family and I inherit silence through generations, and how clean having nothing to be traced is. So I sweep and sweep, perfect sweeping dirt under the rug faster than the vario boning inside of the woman, sat and watched my house burn, watched my mother save the baby photos and leave the baby, and how clean that is. They say skin is what holds the body together, but silence and denial has been holding my community together for generations. So I sweep the kitchen, the living room, and leave the body and clean and clean and clean and clean once. The physician asked if there is a history of mental illness in our family. And this time, I give the doctor my rug. He asks me why I've been lying, why I've been in denial. But what is lying if you did not know it could exist in the bodies that look like me in the first place? If you have been told it does not exist in the bodies that look like me in the first place, you do not look like me. Your studies, your media, your talks about mental illness does not look like me, does not include me, does not sound like me. And my language, and my culture, and my skin, the illness is not whether or not I have an illness, but how to say I do. How my community can say they do. And for it to just be okay. For it to just be okay to leave dirt on the table. So do not ask me whether or not there is a history of mental illness in my family unless you're able to question why it is I am so clean, why my family is so clean, why my community is so clean. I was taught how to clean, but not how to find healing in cleaning. So I hide. You see, I do not fear mental illness more than I fear what will happen once the dirt touches the ground. What will happen when I do not say I'm good? Will I be called crazy? Not normal? For not cleaning the illness is not whether or not I have an illness, but how to tell myself the body is not an apology. It is not dirty how to tell myself some dirt is not dirty. How to normalize dirt is not dirty. How to see letting go of dirt is sometimes the cleanest of actions. Somewhere, not here, there is a house that does not look like a body. The brown-skinned girl does not clean because she knows the body is not an apology. Right now, I do not know how to put my body first and in an empty room second, but I am learning how. And isn't that the most important part?